it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and another Simple Stamping Saturday. Yay! I love Simple Stamping Saturday. Okay, I'm sorry, my brain's gone. I'm trying desperately not to say "so" at the beginning of every sentence. And it's causing me a problem. And it's nothing that any of you have said. It's just, I keep hearing myself saying it. It's beginning to annoy me. Anyway, just very quickly remember that if you want to shop with me, there's a link to my online store below and on my website. So anything you would like to order, please do fill your basket. We're coming kind of into the rundown for Christmas because it's about a month away and I don't think I've made enough Christmas cards yet, which is a bit of a worry. But today I will have 4 done, so that's going to be good. This is the card I'm making. Now this is slightly stepped up than my normal simple version because I think sometimes for Christmas cards people like to step up a bit. I'm still using very basic supplies. I have introduced a punch, but which I then put away, of course. A punch. But other than that, we've got very simple stamping and basically just cutting designer series paper. And I'm using, as I used yesterday, the lovely Christmastime is Here designer series paper. It's gorgeous. I brought out my trimmer because note cards and envelopes are, or the note cards are 3.5 by 5 inches. Fingers crossed. Yes, 3.5 by 5 inches. So I've cut a piece of designer series paper 1/8 of an inch shorter. So 4 7/8 by 3 1/8. 3 1/8. 3 3/8. That would be better. And then all I'm going to do, don't worry about measurements, they will be on my website. All I'm going to do is cut this piece of paper at 2 inches. That's a fairly arbitrary measurement, so don't stress about it too much. I just happen to have cut it at 2 inches. I've got an offcut of gold foil, which is roughly a quarter, well, it's about 1 centimetre. It's about 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, about 3/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to run some snail on the back of it. And this is longer than I need, but if I run it all the way along, I can then trim it off. So I'm just going to add it. In fact, a silicone mat might be a good idea before I stick everything to my grid paper. So I'm just going to add it onto the top of my designer series paper. And then this piece I'm going to abut against it and stick down. And there we have 2 bits of designer series paper for the price of 1. And then just trim the ends off your gold foil so you've got a nice neat finish. Then this just sticks straight onto the front of one of our note cards. Just trying to find the score line, which is fairly faint on this one. There it is. There it is. And I'd always like to just make sure that score lines are fatter than the fold will end up. So I do like to use a bone folder just to make sure everything is absolutely square. And then all I need is to grab my snail again. You can use liquid adhesive or tape, double-sided tape. Just for speed, this is best for me. And I know sometimes it can be dependent on climatic conditions as to which is the better adhesive. If you live in a humid environment, then liquid adhesive is probably your friend. Scrap of paper, and I'm using a stamp from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. This is a photopolymer, and you can get it as a bundle with the tree punch. It's in the autumn winter catalogue. And then with cherry cobbler, because that is the red that we've got, I'm just going to ink up my Merry Christmas and stamp straight onto my scrap of paper and then back up. I tend to do 3-ish taps and then hold for the count of 3 on my paper. That way I'm fairly certain to have I've given enough time for the ink to transfer. And I don't know why I have popped my ink pad away, because I still need it. I've stamped on the envelope. So let me grab a piece of scrap paper. And I've taken one of the trees from the same Perfectly Plaid stamp set, and again ink that up and just pop it in the bottom right hand corner of your envelope. And there we have a nice little bit of nonsense in the bottom of our envelope. It's just, I think particularly at Christmas, it's nice to embellish your envelopes. So that's that. Then grab your punch, and the key to using a punch is use it upside down so you can see where you're punching, and then just move your piece of card. If you just push it a little, you get bite on your punch, and then just punch it out. Grab your card and some dimensionals. Probably don't need this many, but hey, I've got them now. And remove the backing. Ready to pop your little sentiment on your card. And that is your card. So really quick and easy to make. All we're doing is using a punch as an extra. You don't have to, you could just cut a piece of card, but I think why not treat yourself to a punch at Christmas? And there we have our simple cards. For my stepped up version, this is the first one, it's exactly the same card, except I've heat embossed my Merry Christmas, and I've added some of the gold glitter dots, also from the Christmastime is Here suite. And then for my more avid version, I've added a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, shrunk the dimensions just a little bit, don't worry, they'll be on my website below. Mossy Meadow card blank. I've added ribbon instead of the gold foil, and again this is part of the suite. And then I've punched extra layers for my sentiment, so I've got a cherry cobbler and a gold foil layer, and then just cut and extended, and then I've added some more gold dots. I've even got one on the eye. So there we are. Those are our 3 versions of the same card. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you find that interesting, how you can take something, or helpful, how you can take something and just step it up a little bit as your supplies and your techniques increase. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, you can leave those below. As ever, if you don't already subscribe, bottom right hand corner there's a subscription button, and you can also hit the alert bell to be notified whenever I post. All the dimensions, close-ups and all that good stuff is over on my website, and that's linked immediately below, and you'll also find a list of products below and over on my website. Thank you very much indeed for joining me again for another Simple Stamping Saturday, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!